Are you in danger of being scammed? Are you in danger of falling for some trick that might cost you money or might even cost your identity? Because there's so much fraud, I have decided that I need some security features for my video channel. So if you are a real person, click below on the red button and we'll verify the fact that you are really here, and I can continue the video after that. So did you feel compelled to go and check the red button, even though it kind of felt like I was scamming you? There's a trigger that happens in each of us that scammers take advantage of. I almost got taken advantage of this week. Here's what happened. About a half an hour after I posted my ad on Craigslist, I get this text that says, "I'm interested in buying your item. Are you available?" It was late at night, and I said, "No, we'll do it tomorrow." They said, "Great. We're sending you a Google verification code. If you email the verification back to us to prove that you are a real person, then we'll get together and buy your item." Something inside of me almost did it. It was like I was that close. Something in the Google verification code said, "Do not share this with anyone else." And I thought, wait a minute. They're asking me to share this thing with someone else, but there's a little tag on there that says, "Don't share it." Okay, which is it? So I went online and used Google to look up what was happening, and it's a scam. What has happened is if I gave them my verification code, they would use my Google phone number and make scam calls. Probably the ones that I'm getting. I get all kinds of scam, insurance, you name it. I've got all kinds of scam calls coming in. Maybe that's what's happening. They're stealing other people's Google phone numbers and using them to call me. But if I would have done it, they would have used mine to call other people. It's a scam. The thing that intrigued me was that I was ready to do it. I was ready to take that step to click the verification code because I had this trigger. I've been reading a book by Robert Cialdini called Persuasion. It's all about the automatic triggers that trigger responses in our subconscious that we never think about. And if you're living your life on autopilot, if you're just kind of going through and not really paying attention, these triggers will make you do things that you wonder why you did them. All of us have these automatic responses programmed into our subconscious that if you know how to activate those triggers, you can get people to do things that they normally wouldn't do. And people use them on you and me all the time. Now, the trigger that made me almost fall for this scam was not something that Robert Cialdini wrote in his book, but it is a psychological trigger. That is the fact that when someone asks you a question, your mind automatically wants to answer it. There's just pull to answer the question. So when I was asked the question, "Are you a real person?" there was something that came inside of me. It's like, yes, I have to prove that I'm a real person. I have to answer that question, even though it felt like a scam. Now, marketing people use these triggers all the time. A lot of headlines will have a question because of the fact that a question will stop you from doing what you're doing and try to answer that question. Your brain automatically does it. I'm a marketer online. I use questions in my headlines all the time. I love questions because of that fact. Headlines that use questions get attention. And this marketer, this scammer, used that same thing on me. Asked me a question and I was compelled, I was driven to want to answer it. Even after I looked up the thing on Google and found out, hey, this is a scam. They're going to take over my number. They're going to use my Google phone number to call other people and scam them. Even though I knew all of that, there was still something inside of me is like, oh, but I need to answer the question. That's the power of triggers. Now, knowing about it doesn't always mean that you're going to avoid them because of the fact that they're built into us. So I was able to reflect and go, oh, this is a trigger. I know what's happening here. So I was able to unwind myself from that desire to answer the question and get sucked in and get scammed. But even though I knew it, the feeling was still there. The desire was still there. The work that I do for my clients is helping not only from what are your psychological triggers, what are your emotional triggers, what are your limiting beliefs, living from the inside out, learning about how your subconscious mind works, and helping you to get that power harnessed working for you rather than against you. You'll still get triggered. You'll still get things happen to you that you do that you don't know why. But right now, if you walk through your life being unaware, if you walk through your life on autopilot, people are going to be pulling your triggers and making you do things all the time. What I offer is to help you find out where those things are and avoid a lot of that pain and heartache. If you didn't subscribe, click below, click the red button, subscribe to my channel. I offer all kinds of tips about how to make your life work for you. I'll see you next time.